please put the camera down now, or I'll have my court officer confiscate it.
Your Honor, why are you yelling at me? The Supreme Court clearly states I can do that. Your own doorway says I could do that. You're doing it to me, and I checked with your clerk. And I'm also going to wonder what made you run out of the courtroom like that today. You were in such a haste.
I am collapsing the CQV trust,
Okay, we will take a brief
which you
recess.
have charged,
Time we will resume with
as
the
there is no value in the trust. You have committed fraud on the court. Did you not create controversy?
You're fired. Okay. Well, that's going to be up to the judge, I'm afraid. Because the judge appointed me, and only the judge can take me off the case. If she wants to do that, that's fine. I'll let her know if she will. She's fired too.
Excuse me, sir, I'm dealing with a... talk to your
I do not
attorney before you
consent.
leave, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, did you... Excuse me, sir with the camera.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you get judicial permission to photograph in here this morning?
Your Honor, I checked with the clerk's office. I did indeed.
There is a procedure that must be followed.
Well, I checked on the procedure, Your Honor, and I've done this a million times. I used to be an attorney myself, and I duly checked everyone, and there was never an issue presented.
Did you check the court rules, sir?
I've checked the court rules. I've done this many times in many New Hampshire.
We have something in writing from you indicating a request to photograph this morning's proceedings filed in advance of the hearing.
Well, Your Honor, that rule is not always followed, and I did check.
Sir,
I checked with the clerk this morning, Your Honor. With all due respect, Your Honor.
The clerk has no right to issue an order. So please put the camera down now, or I'll have my court officer confiscate it.
Now, that was a very strange outburst from the court, and it really wasn't called for. So I thought about that as I headed back to Boston this afternoon. What could make the judge change the way she did? Because there was no problem with me in the courtroom earlier, until things got salty and the defendant started waving around blue pieces of paper and talking about appointing her as trustee and things of that nature. Anyway, the rules, as you see them, clearly provide that I should be allowed access, and they also provide that there should be some type of advance notice, which is what I gave to your clerk, who then stated to me there was no problem. So if there was a problem, Your Honor, you need to make that clear with your clerk and stop blaming me for any of the problems that you have in your courtroom. Thank you. So why are you tripping? I mean, it's not like you didn't see me. A black man walks into your courtroom in Milford, New Hampshire, with tweed pants, an orange jacket, a purple shirt, a fedora, and a 550mm zoom camera on him, and you didn't notice me? Everybody noticed me in the courtroom. Everybody knew I was there. I knew a cop who was there. We were talking outside. He knows me from courtroom experience. What was your problem today? Please explain it to me, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I believe the court has before the motion for Mr. Ingris.
I do. State versus John Ingris.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Ingris, would you come forward, sir, and join
Are you
counsel?
saying that the trust you are administering is the John Ingris Trust?
Mr. Ingris, if you'd come up, sir, and stand beside Attorney David Al.
John Ingris is in the court. That's you, judge as trustee. You are John Ingris today, aren't you?
Attorney David Al.
Yes, sir.
Before we go any further, I need to know who you are.
I am Judge Crocker, right here.
Thank you, clerk. Are you the CQV trustee who has appointed this judge as administrator and trustee of the constructive trust, case number 458-2010-CR-01203?
Mr. Attorney David Al, your motion for competency evaluation is granted, and we will ensure that before Mr. David Al, before Attorney Ingris is back before the court, that we're sure that he understands the workings of the court.
Clerk, did you also appoint the prosecutor as executor of this constructive trust?
Mr. Ingris?
You are the
Excuse me,
trustee,
Mr. Ingris.
and
Mr.
are you not the
Ingris.
executor?
Mr. Ingris.
I'm the beneficiary,
Well,
and I authorize you to handle the accounting and dissolve this constructive trust.
Mr. Ingris.
I now claim my body
Mr. Ingris, I will...
as I am collapsing the CQV trust,
Okay, we will take a brief
which you
recess.
have charged,
Time we will resume with
as
the
there is
hearing.
no value in the trust. You have committed fraud on the court. Did you not create controversy?
Can you talk here? Well, Mr. Ingris, it's personal to your case. I don't think you want to do that in public.
I'd like to bring a court reporter.
Mr. Ingris, I just want to let you know that the court is ordering you to speak to a state psychiatrist before this case goes
I don't
any
consent.
further. I'm afraid it's a court order.
I'm afraid I don't consent to the court order.
There are consequences when you don't consent to a court order.
There are consequences when a higher law is violated by pretend authorities.
Mr. Ingris, I'm sorry that you feel that way. It's probably not best to have this conversation at this moment.
Would
Please
there
feel
be-
free to make an appointment to talk to me at my office.
Would he have the opportunity to have alternate physician counsel? Would he have the opportunity to have an alternate physician issue an opinion on that as well, if he's ordered
I
to?
can't talk to anybody else about his case.
Now, with all due respect, Counselor, it's not about your client's case. I'm asking about the procedure in general. Anytime you agree with a cop that somebody needs to be subject to a psychiatric evaluation, I need to know what the process is. Well, if he authorizes it, then certainly if you waive confidentiality, you could, right? Do you want to waive confidentiality? Did you want to waive confidentiality?
Sure.
Sure, well, why don't you waive confidentiality then? Counsel, Mr.
I can't leave the court right now.
He's waived confidentiality, counsel, so did you have any comment that, notwithstanding that?
Competency is an issue in this case.
I beg your pardon? Competency is an issue, so therefore, I understand your position, counsel.
So his waiver to me is not effective.
But he's not been yet declared incompetent, has he?
No, he hasn't.
Okay, I understand, counsel. Thank you.